ओम सर्ववेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरम तम गोचरम गोविंदम परमानंदम सद्गुरुं प्रणतोस्म्यहम्. We are studying here Sri Shankaracharya's Viveka Chudamani. On the last occasion we studied up to Shloka 268. But the topic starts in 267. And I suggested that in the translation given, one word has to be changed. Instead of realize, we can say known. So there are steps and stages of realization. That is the most important thing. When we listen from the Guru and we practice Manan and Nididhasan, then we feel Brahman. We feel Brahman is our reality. We feel Brahman is what I am, or I am what is Brahman. So this is knowledge. But it has not become realized. It becomes realized, then it should be permanent. So this knowledge to be converted to realization requires some sadhana. And actually that is what is Nididhyasana. By Shravan and Manan, we have come to feel Brahman, nature of Brahman, our identification with Brahman. All that we have come to feel. In technical language, it is sometimes called the Advaita Vritti, the wave in the mind in which Brahman is properly reflected. Now, for this to become complete, we require something. And that is, we read 267 again. Jnate vastuni api balavati vasananadiresha karta bhokta pi ahamiti dhrida yasya sansara hetu प्रत्येक दृष्ट्या आत्मनि निवसता सापनेया प्रयत्नात् मुक्तिं प्राहो तदिह मुनयो वासना तानवम यत् ज्ञाते वस्तुनि अपि though we have known it in our mind, though we have known it in the Advaita Vritti rising in the mind, still Anadi Vasana is very strong. And that Anadi Vasana is, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. The impression from this, which is the very cause of sansar, is anadi and very strong. Now, we are seeing Atman in ourselves, we are seeing our real nature within ourselves, and we have to stay there, nivasata. Pratyek drishtya cha atmani nivasata. So by staying, by trying to continuously stay in ourselves, sa apaneya prayatna. So this is the effort now required that vasana has to be removed. Muktim prahustadiya munayo vasana tanavam yat. When that vasana loses its force, that is what the thinkers have called as mukti. That is the very definition of mukti. From there we come to 268. Aham mameti yo bhavo deha shadau anatmani adhyasoyam nirastavyo vidusha swatmanishtaya. So that very thing is put in another way. There we are called the vasana has to be made powerless. Here we say that we have a feeling, I and my. That is the very product, original product of from knowledge is I and my. About about body and indriyas, they are akshadav. Body, mind, indriyas, even the I consciousness which you have, about that we have a consciousness of I and my. And that is adhyasa. That is a superimposition on our real nature, which is universal, which is where there is no I. It is all self, it is all Brahman. On that, this I has become superimposed. I and my about body and mind, etc., has been superimposed. Atmanishthaya vidusha nirastavya. Sticking to, steadfast in sticking to one's own real nature by the man of knowledge, it has to be removed. This adhyas has to be removed, negated by sticking to our real nature by the man of knowledge. So here man of knowledge is not the man of realization, man of partial knowledge, man of knowledge like something. So he has to stick to his real nature and thereby remove this adhyasa. We read further. ज्ञात्वा स्वं प्रत्यगात्मानं बुद्धि तद्वृत्ति साक्षिणं सोहमित्येव सद्वृत्त्या अनात्मनि आत्ममतिं जहि. Here the vritti is clearly mentioned. Having known your inner nature, which is the sakshi of your I consciousness, buddhi is I consciousness, the vritti, and waves arising from this I consciousness. The witness of this, the unchanging witness of this I consciousness and its vrittis is your inner reality. Soham ityeva sadvritya. That real nature am I. This is the real vritti. Vritti of about your real nature. Anatmani atmamatim jahi. So this destroy the continuation of this Advaita Vritti will destroy our identification with things which are not myself. Things which are not myself, today I am identified with it as the superimposition, and when we stick to that Advaita Vritti, it will slowly, the Advaita Vritti means I am the Atman. This will slowly remove the uh, adhyasa about non-self which has become self for us. No, it requires certain strong practices. Lokanuvartanam tyaktva, tyaktva dehanuvartanam, shastranuvartanam tyaktva, sadhyasapanayam kuru. Lokanuvartanam, social laws have to be mercilessly given up. Social etiquette has to be mercilessly given up. Tyaktva dehanuvartanam, the demands of the body are to be totally given up. Shastranuvartanam tyaktva, even addiction to the scriptures has to be mercilessly given up. And in that way, the superimposition on yourself has to be removed. Remove, this is mandatory. Sadhyasapanayam kuru. Remove the adhyasa which has come upon yourself. And for that, mercilessly give up the social laws of etiquette. Give up the following the body as mind. Give up the addiction to Shastra. Lokavasanaya janto, Shastra vasanaya picha, Deha vasanaya jnanam, yathavannaiva jayate. So many forms of superimposition are being shown. Desires, impressions was one superimposition. I and my about body and mind was another superimposition. The I consciousness and its waves is another superimposition, and addiction, our old habits of following the social customs and body and addiction to scriptures. So it is being repeated here that by so long as you are following the social laws, so long as you are addicted to scriptures, so long as the impression of the body is there, the real knowledge does not dawn. So knowledge has been described, and now real knowledge is talked about. Real knowledge means realization. So yathavat jnanam naiva jayate. So though in 267 we are told about Gnatva, Jnanam, here we are told that the real knowledge does not come. That knowledge is in the vritti, in the mind. It has not yet become our own realization. Sansara kara gruha moksham ichor ayomayam pada nibandha shrunkalam vadanti tagya patuvasanatrayam yosmat vimukta samapaiti muktim. This sansara is a prison. We want to be released from that prison. This is made of iron, this prison, and our feet are tied by the chains of iron. The experts tell us that these three vasanas, which are mentioned just now, Lokavasana, Shastra Vasana, and Devasana, Vasana Trayam Patu. One has to be skillful, one has to be expert in removing these three vasanas. Yo asmat vimukta, one who can become free from these three vasanas by his expertness, samupaiti mukti. He gets mukti. Jaladi sansarga vashat prabhuta, durganda dhuta guru divya vasana, संघर्षणेनैव विभाति सम्यक् विधूयमाने सति बाह्यगन्धे. Example he gives, there is agaru, and when it is immersed in water for a long time, it gets a bad smell. So its nature is the most beautiful smell. Guru has Divya Vasana, but due to being submerged in water, Sansara, it has got a bad smell. Sangarshane-naiva vibhati samyak. Unless we rub it like the sandalwood, it cannot go. This indicates karma yoga also. This indicates in the higher level the repetition of the vritti also. And this vritti, when repeated slowly or rather steadily, repeatedly, then only this good smell will come out, which is its nature. Vidivamane sati vaya dande. The external smell which has stuck to it, when it becomes totally washed out by rubbing, then only the correct inside divya smell will come out. Anta Shrita Nanta Duranta Vasana, Dhuli Vilipta Paramatma Vasana, Pragyati Sangarshanato Vishuddha, Pratiyate Chandanagandha Vasputam. Another an example of Agaru was given, next example is sandalwood. Antashrita, in our Antakaran, Ananta Duranta Vasanas are there. Infinite number of difficult to remove vasanas are there. Dhuli Vilipta. It is like being covered by dust. Paramatma Vasana, the impression of our real nature, Pragyati, the knowledge of the real nature is like the Vasana, Sangarshanato Vishuddha. By rubbing it, that means by repeated application of this vritti, Vishuddha Pratiyate. Then our Paramatma Vasana becomes pure. Just like this good smell of the sandalwood, by rubbing, it comes out clearly, removing the bad smell of which has occurred due to its being immersed in water for a long time. Anatma Vasana Jalayit Tiro Bhutatma Vasana Nityatmanishtaya Tesham Nashe Bhati Swayam Sutam. Due to our impressions of non-self, this our impression about our real nature is not seen, Tirubhuta, as if it has gone. Nityatmanishtaya Tesham. So daily, we have to regularly, daily, continuously We have to be steadfast in the cultivation of the Atmavasana. Tesham nashe bhati swam sutam asana jal. The Ananta Vasana is like a network. So in plural it is used when all of them are destroyed. Then this Atma Vasana swam sutam bhati. Then the impression of our real nature will be clearly shining. यथा यथा प्रत्यगवस्थितं मन तथा तथा मुंचति बाह्य वासना निशेष मोक्षे सति वासनानां आत्मानुभूति प्रतिबंध शून्य. As and as, that means more and more, when the mind stays inside, more and more it releases the external vasanas. And when they are totally gone, when we become totally free from that, then vasananam nishesha moksha sati. When all the impressions are totally, we have come out of free, atmanabhuti pratibandha shunya. Then our experience of our real nature becomes unobstructed. Atmani eva sada sthitva mano nashyati yoginah vasananam kshayaschata swadhyasapanayam kuru. Now, in Sloka 270, this phrase that comes, Swadhyasapanayam kuru, the process has been described. Now this will be repeated. Being always in yourself, the nature of the mind is destroyed for the sadhak. And when all the impressions are gone, therefore, remove this adhyasa, remove the superimposition which has come upon yourself. Tamo dvabhyam rajas sattvat sattvam shuddhena nashyati tasmat sattvam avashtapya swadhyasapanayam kuru. Now inside, three types of sanskaras arise. The tamogun sanskaras, inertia. By the application of Rajogun and Sattvagun, Tama is destroyed. So there is an importance of Rajogun, that is karma. And Sattvagun is the cultivation of knowledge or bhakti. So by the use of karma and knowledge and bhakti, the Tamogun has to be destroyed. Tamo dvabhyam, first step. So this Tama, for removing Tama, we require both karma and knowledge, bhakti. Then Raja Sattva, then this karma pravrutti or rajogun will remain. That has to be destroyed by cultivation of knowledge and bhakti. By sattvagun, we have to remove rajogun. Now sattvagun will remain. Sattvagun is the best reflector. It is not the knowledge itself. So sattvam shuddhena nashyati. You are distinguished sometimes. Sattva and shuddha sattva. Sattva is my existence. Shuddha sattva means existence of my real nature or Brahman. So a distinction is made. This sattva, my real nature, always has raja and tama mixed with it. So it is called malina sattva. Shuddha sattva means only existence, no mixture of raja and tama. So by that only existence, only knowledge, only bliss which is Brahman, I have to remove my existence. We understand this line? Inertia should be removed by karma and knowledge or bhakti. Then this karma pravrutti has to go by knowledge and bhakti, and then the knowledge and bhakti which are like sattva guna have to be removed by the real nature of the self. Tasmat sattvam avashtapya. So cultivate sattva first and shift it to shuddha sattva. First cultivate knowledge, reflected knowledge, And then from that reflected knowledge, shift to the real knowledge. In that way, remove the superimpositions. All these are superimpositions, they can go away by the cultivation of real knowledge. Now, step by step are given. Prarabdham pushyati vapur iti nishchitya nishchala dhairyamalamya yatnena swadhyasapanayam kuru. First of all, the anxiety about food has to go. First of all, the anxiety about food has to go. There is a momentum on the body which is called prarabdha. It will itself bring the food for us. Do we believe this? It is very important for the sannyasi. Very important. Even the begging for food is not necessary. Ultimately, so long as the craving for food is there, begging is there. But it is our prarabdha which will bring food to us. Friends, anyway, I have experienced this clearly in my life. Food is bought by prarabdha, not by man's effort. So first is this, Vishyati Vapu, our body becomes nourished. It may not become fat, but it becomes nourished by prarabdha. Iti nishchitya nishchala. When this nishchay comes, when this mind becomes clear, that is prarabdha which nourishes my body. I become nischal. I become effortless for gathering food. Dhairyam for that we require patience. For that we require tenacity. Yatnena, that is the effort to be made now. The effort is very much appear to be a negative direction. Be convinced that food will come by prarabdha and have patience. Have tenacity. That is the effort to be done. And in that way, this superimposition has to be removed. In the technical term, it has two names, either Akasha Vritti or Ajagara Vritti, depending upon the space, like the Akasha or like the Python. It does not move out for food. If the food comes in its circuit, we stay. Anyway, Naham Jiva Param Brahma Etad Vyavrutti Purvakam Vasana Vegata Prapta Swadhyasapanayam Kuru. I am not a Jiva. The Jiva means a subject living among the object. That is the definition of a Jiva. This I is a subject living in the midst of an object. That is the definition of a Jiva. I am not that. I am Parabrahma. Etad Vyavrutti Purvakam. Vyavrutti means I am Jiva has to go. I am Parabrahma has to stand. That is called Vyavrutti. And this Aham Jiva has come because of the force of the Vasanas. The force of the previous impressions have brought about this feeling that I am Jiva, Vasana Vegata Prapta. And when we negate it with the impression of I am Brahman, then this Swadhyasa will go away. This is a superimposed thing which has come due to Asana Vega, and that has to be that which is not there. It is superimposition which has to go. So by the continuous effort at holding on to the Anubhav, it has come, not forceful. Aham Brahma has come. So with the uh, holding on to that, this has to go. Nutya yuktya swanubhutya jnatva sarvatmyamatmana kvachit abhasata prapta swadhyasapanayam kuru. Now that adhyas has become very less. And so kvachit abhasata prapta. A little remnant is there due to appearance. A little remnant remains there due to appearance. Then listening, reasoning, and one's own experience. Right through that, you have to know that you are Sarvatma. Your real nature is the real nature. You are the real nature of all. That you have to know by experience. That you have to know through Shruti, through Yukti, and by your own experience. And when sometimes this Abhasai appears, Sadhyasapanam Guru, remove that superimposition through your own knowledge, along with the Shruti Yukti. अनादान विसर्गाभ्याम ईशन नास्ति क्रिया मुने तदेक निष्ठया नित्यम स्वाध्यासापनयम कुरु. There is nothing to be received, there is nothing to be given up. Anadana visargabhyam. Ishan nasti kriya mune. So what work we do is to achieve something or to reject something. Work or karma is not with us because nothing to be accepted, nothing to be given up, and we remain steadfast in our real nature, which is one without a second, steadily, regularly. In that way, we remove the adhyasa which has gathered upon us. तत्वमस्यादि वाक्योक्त ब्रह्मात्मैकत्व बोधता ब्रह्मणि आत्मत्व तारण्याय स्वाध्यासापनयम कुरु. So what is remains to be done? Brahmani Atmatva Dharya. The firmness that myself is nothing but Brahman. That firmness has remained yet to be done. And through the listening to the Vakya Tattvamasi, as has been explained through Bhagalakshana, we get the awareness that Brahman is myself and that to become firm, one has to stick to that. In that way, whatever comes as superimposition will go away. अहम भावस्य देहेस्मिन् निशेष विलयावधि सावधानेन युक्तात्मा स्वाध्यासापनयम कुरु. So what remains till the end is that body consciousness that sticks to us, and this body sticks to us. Dehesmin aham bhavasya nishesha vilayadati till it totally vanishes. It should not come momentarily also. It totally vanishes. Till then, we have to be alert and become Yuktatma, always one with our reality consciousness, and in that way, this last vestige of Adhyasa will go away. Pratitir Jiva Jagato Swapnavat Bhati Avata Tavad Nirantaram Vidvan Swadhyasapanayam Kuru. Now we are living in a dream, and in that dream, I feel I am the Jiva living in the Jagat. So long as the dream continues, so long, O man of knowledge, continuously try to remove the superimposition. So this dream of myself as Jiva living in the world of Jagat, of the objects, this is the superimposition, and continuously by sticking to my knowledge that I am Brahman, this will superimposition will go away. So long as it does not finally go away, continue to practice that. Other practices so that we achieve this. Nidraya lokavartaya shabdaderaphi vismrute vachinnavasaram tattva chintayatmanam atmani. Now, when we are asleep, we forget all our knowledge. That should not happen. Lokavartaya. Lokavarta, news about the world, secular things about the world. Some of the mind is involved in that. Shabda therapy, perception of Shabdaru, Sparsharu, Rasagandha, don't give any occasion to them. Sachin na avasaram tattva, chintaya atmanam atmani. Think of yourself within yourself, hunger stages. Don't allow sleep to overcome and make you forget that. Don't allow anything of the world to reach you. You forget perception of Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha. Don't give any occasion to this. Think always of your real nature. Mata Pitror Malodbhutam Mala Mamsamayam Vapu Taktva Chandala Vaduram Brahmi Bhuya Kriti Bhava. This body is harping upon the body because that is the most difficult thing to give up. Give up the identification with them, we don't have to give up the body. This body has been born through the impurity in my mother and my father. Born through the impurity. And at present, it has dirt. It has dirt within and flesh. That is my body. So it is like a chandala. Chandala means one who has no idea of cleanliness. So we avoid such a person like that from a distance, avoid any association with the body. Brahmi Bhuya, become Brahman, which today you are not. Don't think you already become Brahman. Though your real nature is Brahman, today you are not Brahman. When today you are not and you have to become, then this form comes Brahmi Bhuya. Become Brahman, Kriti Bhava, and be successful in life. Ghatakasham Mahakasha Mahakashe इव आत्मानं परात्मनि विलाप्य खंड भावेन तूष्णीं भव सदा मुने. The akasha in the jar is nothing but the akasha in the space. But we have a remnant of an idea that there is akasha in the jar. So in our consciousness, that should be dissolved in the Mahakasha. How to know it has been dissolved? We will have a akhanda feeling. We will have a homogeneous feeling of our real nature as Brahman. Tushni Bhava, then now nothing to be done. Sada Mune, always remain in that state. Swaprakasham Adhishtanam Swayam Bhuva Sadatmana Brahmandapapi Pindandam Rajyatam Malabhandavat Vapre. Adhishtan, the base of this superimposition, is self-luminous. Become that. Swayam Bhuya. Sadatmana. Always by yourself become the base of all this superimposition, which is self-luminous. The whole universe and your body. Whole universe is called Brahmanda and Pindanda means our body. Malabhandavat Tyajatam. Now there is a pot filled with filth. So this body is a pot filled with filth. The whole universe is a pot filled with filth. The base of this is self-luminous. That I am. With this consciousness, throw away the identification with this pot of filth, which is your body, which is the whole Brahmanda. Chidatmani, so after removal of all koshas, what remains is this This has to be asserted till it becomes firm in our consciousness. Chidatmani Sadanande Deha Rudam Aham Diyam Niveshya Lingam Utsrujya Kevalo Bhava Sarvada. Now it comes to Lingam Utsrujya, identification with the subtle body. Atman is consciousness, it is bliss forever. Our high consciousness has become imposed upon this body. Let us be transferred to our luminous self, our blissful self, our high consciousness, which has become imposed upon or firm upon this body, has to be taken up from there, including our Sukshma Sharir, and it has to be put on the luminous self which is blissful, Kevalobhava. Then you will be one without a second. That you have to become, Sarvada, forever. यत्रैष जगदाभासो दर्पणान्ता पुरं यथा तद्ब्रह्माहमिति ज्ञात्वा कृतकृत्यो भविष्यसि दर्पणान्ता पुरं यथा. The whole city gets reflected in a mirror. Like that, the whole universe is in our own mind. The avas of the Jagat, the realism of the world is present in our mind. Just like the whole city becomes reflected in a mirror. Yatra esha avaso, where this is happening in Brahman, that Brahma iti jnatva. And that reality in which all this world shines as reflection only, that reality I am, knowing that you will, real knowing that you will become Krutakrutya, that means life will be successful. You would have done everything that needs to be done in this life. We started it, we went back to 267. Read little more. यत् सत्यभूतं निजरूपमाद्यं चिदद्वयानन्दमरूपमक्रियं तदेत्य मिथ्या वपुरुत्सृजेत शैलूषवद् वेषमुपात्तमात्मना. You read everything, na? Adyam nijarupam satyabhutam. Our original Swarupa is the real, that is Chit Advayanandam, that is consciousness, bliss without a second, at Rupam Akriyam, it has no modification or action in it. Tadetya, having achieved that, Mithya Vapu Utsrujeta, this false body has to be given up. Shailushavat, Vesha Upattamatmana. Example is given, there is an actor. He has his own dress and all that. But when he has to act, he has to put on some other dress. And he appears like some person. When the drama is over, he gives it up, puts on his own dress. That is that example is given in that way. In this world, you have acted enough. Now give up this actor's dress. Wear your own dress. That means manifest your own real nature. Pantam. That means this dress has come upon you due to your acting. Atmana, on yourself. So, Utsrujeta, one should give it up. This false body is like a trace of the actor which has come upon you. You have to give it up. And original Swarupa, which is real, which is Satchidananda, one without a second, that you must assume. सर्वात्मना दृश्यमिदं ऋषैव नैवाहम् अर्था क्षणिकत्व दर्शनात् जानाम्यहं सर्वमिति प्रतीति कृतो हमादे क्षणिकस्य सिद्धे. I think we should stop here. So we have talked 40 minutes only, but the ideas started colliding now, and we have read 92, 25 shlokas. Minus 25 shlokas we have read, including the two we repeated. So 23 new shlokas we have read. I think enough for the day, because otherwise the ideas start colliding with each other and we lose our track by the similar idea. So though the time still remains, let us stop at shloka 291. Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tama Gocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna.